And in prep hockey today, high school athletes across the country put pen to paper as they move one step closer to pursuing their dreams in collegiate athletics. And after two very impressive careers, two Proctor-Hermantown Mirage athletes will be sticking together. After helping the Mirage to 3 Section 7 Single A titles, senior Hannah Graves and Izzy Fairchild signed their national letters of intent to play at Bemidji State University. Friends, family, and teammates gathered today to support the duo, sporting Beaver gear and plenty of smiles, of course. After playing 4 years together in high school, Graves and Fairchild are not only excited to move on to the next level, but look forward to having each other along the way.
I'm really excited. It's a great honor to be playing up at the next level, especially who came through this program and made it what it is to help us get to that next level.
It's exciting knowing that that program is a hard-working program, and to be with Hannah going there, it's really exciting, especially because we've been playing together for a while, and just knowing like the North kids that have gone through that program is just really exciting, and I'm excited to work with them.
And believe it or not, the dynamic duo will start their senior season this Friday.